In California, Senator Kamala Harris is touring a detention center in Otay Mesa right now, and while people rally outside to protest the immigration policy. KCAL9's Michelle Geely is there live to show us what's happening now. Michelle?
Amy, you can see the barbed wire behind me here. This is the facility where the immigrants are being held, and we're told that the senator, actually, I see her right here. Let's move up a little closer and try and get a shot for you. She is coming out of the detention center right now. She's been inside apparently speaking to women who've been separated from their children. She's been inside for about an hour, hour and a half or so. Outside of the facility, we've got hundreds of people who've come here to rally. The ACLU is here. There are many people from all over Southern California. We know a busload of people came from downtown LA. These people, like the senator, want answers. They want to know when these parents are going to be united with their children. So let's see if we can grab her for just a second. How does it look in there?
It looks like a prison. Looks like a prison. It looks like a any prison or jail that I have visited during the many years that I was a prosecutor. And we're talking about people who are parents. We're talking about people that have fled murder capitals of the world. And they're simply here because they hope to receive refuge. They hope to receive all that America promises those who are fleeing harm, abuse, and oppression. And instead, they're in their prisoners in some supermax prison. And I have visited jails and prisons in years as a prosecutor. You walk in there, this is no different.
What have the mothers said about the children?
The mothers have said a variety of things. The mothers have said that they had their children taken from them, that they have had no contact with their children. They don't know where their children are in many cases. They're telling us during the tour that they allow frequent phone calls that are supposed to be free between these parents and their children. Talk to the parents and they're saying, no, they're being charged for those phone calls. And you know, they're being charged something like 85 cents a minute. And let me tell you what also happens. They're working in that prison, and when they work, they get paid $1 a day. So the phone call is 85 cents a minute. So what exactly are we talking about? It's inhumane. It's wrong.
Do they have any idea where their parents?
How do you tell them that this is America?
Well, one of the things that I've told them that all of these folks are out here right now, marching, protesting, standing up for them, and that this is not who we are, and that we're going to fight for them, for these parents, and we're going to fight for the best of who we are as a country. That's what I tell them, and that's certainly what I tell myself.
Do you think they believe you?
I do believe they believe us.
They know where their kids are, what state, what facility?
Some do and some don't. Some do and some don't. And because there's clearly no real protocols for figuring out where the children are, much less how they're going to reunify those children with their parents. There is clearly no protocol in place that is intended to actually reunify these parents with their children.
How many mothers did you visit?
3.
How many were you told were being held in there?
At least a dozen. I believe about a dozen, 9 to a dozen. But yeah.
Where are they from? Do you know?
Honduras and El Salvador.
Do you know what they were fleeing specifically?
They were all of them had suffered some level of sexual abuse and domestic violence and fled for fear of the safety of their children.
Have they come up as part of the caravan?
Yes.
And when you talk about the conditions here, say it's like the worst prison you've ever seen. Are they handcuffed? Are they shackled? What?
They're in, you know, it's a typical prison setting. You can see that. You see the barbed wiring out here, the double layers of barbed wiring. You walk in and then the doors will slam shut one door, and then there's an area before you can actually walk to the other where you have to stand and wait before the next door opens. They're bars. It's like a jail cell. They're pods just like a prison. It looks just like a prison.
So, Senator, where do we go from here?
Well, the first thing we have to do is understand the untruths that are being told to us as it relates to, for example, that executive order. Executive order did nothing in terms of reunifying these children with their parents. It did nothing in terms of ending that misguided zero-tolerance policy that led all this to happen in the first place. Let's speak up and speak out about the hypocrisy of the administration's perspective on this and what they're saying to the American public. This is a problem of their own doing, and then they're not undoing it. They're not undoing it, and they could.
Okay, so if there's no groundwork for reunification, how does that even start? How do you get there?
First, that's a good question, because this is also a facility that is clearly being run by contractors, not being run,
For every meal per head, for every meal, they're charging $150 per head every meal. And you know what? Those meals, they have the inmates from the marshals cooking, and they're spitting on their meal. So it's $150 per head every meal. Can you imagine CCA is charging the government that much money for every
They're
meal?
charging them 85 cents a minute for a phone call, and they're paying them $1 a day when they work in that prison. It's outrageous. It's outrageous.
Their state of mind. How did it feel to you when you were speaking to them? What was their state of mind?
For the mothers, they're absolutely.
And we've been listening to Senator Kamala Harris speak about the conditions inside the detention facility in Otay Mesa, calling the facility like a jail, saying it was inhumane, saying that phone calls from that facility cost 85 cents a minute, and the people that are working there are making $1 a day. Of course, we will have much more on the senator's visit to that detention facility on KCAL9 News at 4 o'clock. Meantime,